I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a simple digital signage presentation in Repeat Signage, ideal for schools. We're going to include pictures, logo, text, a section for the school notices, real time, and a news feed. So I'm just going to close this down and then show you how to create the presentation. So we're going to start by selecting Create New Presentation. This just shows you the width and height of your computer screen or your display screen. Click Next. And here there is a selection of templates, but we're just going to select a blank template and create. Starting from the Repeat Signage Designer screen, we're going to bring in a text label for the school notices. So insert text and a single line of text and type in school notices. And OK. Now all the controls in Repeat Signage will give you options when you double click them. So we'll double click into this control and we're going to change the size and the colour. And the background colour. And click OK. And you can drag this around the screen wherever you want it, and you can resize it. If you move over to the toolbox, you'll see that it says size in pixels. So you can always change the size there. So if we give this a size of 750 pixels wide and 90 pixels height. Next, we're going to bring in a blocks of text for the school notices. So insert and insert text block. And we'll add some text. Add your school notices here. Welcome to our academy. And click OK. And your text appears there. Now, the difference between a text control is that although you can change the font and the size and the colours, the whole of the text displays the same. But in a text block, this is rich text. So this means that you can just highlight one element of the text and change the font size and the colours. You could even just change a single letter. So this allows you to mix and match. So I'm just going to undo those changes that I've just made. And click OK. And again, you can drag and drop it where you want. So let's double click into it. And this time I'm going to change the font size. I'll change this to Arial and regular, and we'll give it a size 24 and OK. And we'll leave the colour on the default colour. And we'll give it a background colour, and we'll choose, we'll go for this colour. OK. You'll notice as well that when you resize a block of text, the text actually wraps round. So what I'm going to do now is just to drag it into position. If you just want to check that this is all lined up correctly, you can highlight this one and notice that it has a width of 750 pixels. And if you click this one's got 749. So we'll just change that to 750 and then it makes it the right size. So now we'll bring in a playlist of pictures. So insert and insert banner pictures. Add from this computer. And I'm just going to scroll down to find some school pictures. I'll select that one and that one and that one. That's OK. Click Open and OK. And what you have on screen now is a playlist of multiple pictures. And again, you can resize these or move them around the screen. Now, in order to keep the same aspect ratio of your pictures, if you go to the toolbar and see where it says keep aspect ratio, if you change that to media, it means that when you actually resize your pictures, they will keep their original shape. So I'm just going to resize those. I'm going to show you a couple more options as well. So if you double click into the pictures and select an individual picture, there's an option there called text and transitions that will allow you to give your picture a title. So I'm just going to type in there our school pictures, and I'm just going to highlight that and copy it. When you select the transition tab, you can see that there are several different effects that you can create as it goes from one picture to another. So we'll just leave it on fade and we'll click OK. And I'm just very quickly going to open these other two pictures and just give it the same title, just copying and pasting. You can also see from this bar here that you can change the fonts and the colours and the background. If you select the Banner General tab, you can see that you can change the position where you have the text label. And the default delay between each slide is 1 second. So I'm going to change this to 5 seconds. And then that just means that the picture will stay a little bit longer on screen before it moves on to the next one. I'm going to select OK. And there's our playlist of pictures. Let's move that up to the top. What I'm going to do now is to create a label to go beneath our pictures. So I'm going to go up to the text label. I'm going to right mouse click it and select duplicate. I'm going to double click that and I'm going to change the text to our school pictures. Select OK, and I'm just going to drag that down there and just resize it. What we're going to do now is to bring in RSS feed. So what you could do for scrolling text is to take a text label and double click it and then just set the text to scroll from left to right or right to left. But what I'm going to show you how to do is to bring in an RSS feed. So we're going to click Insert, Insert RSS Reader, and then I'm going to locate where my file is and bring in School News. Now, all an RSS feed is usually a title and some description that is displayed in an XML file. Now, Repeat Signage lets you have access to an easy RSS feed creator, which means that you can just easily create these yourself and then use them on your website or within Repeat Signage. So I'm going to show you another option now. So we'll double click into this and I'm going to change this to Scroller 2. And this is a completely different design. So on this one now, you can see that we've got both the title and the description. So I'm just going to resize this and just bring this down here. And I want to leave a space on the left and right hand side because I'm going to put latest news label on this side, and on the right hand side I'm going to bring in a logo. So I'm going to bring in Insert Text Label. I'm going to call it Latest News and click OK. And then I'm going to double click this and change the font size. I'm going to change the colour. What Repeat Signage does for you as well, when you've used colours, it will put them into this little colour palette here. Saves you going in to choose the whole time. And we'll have a red background. Okay. And I'm just going to resize that and bring it down here. If I just double click this RSS feed label, I can see it's got a height of 106 pixels. So I'm just going to select this one and change that to 106, and it just keeps it all in the same line. There we go. Okay, now what we'll do is bring in the logo. So I'm going to go Insert and Insert Single Picture. And I'm just going to locate where the logo is. Well, mine's on my desktop. So I'll just bring that in and click OK. And then I'm going to bring it down here. I just need to resize it. Just make it a little bit smaller. So this was 106 height, so we'll just change this to a 106 height as well. And then we'll just widen this control here. There, and that looks okay. So what we're going to do now is to bring in the date and time. So Insert Clock Text-Based. And when we double click into this, you will find that there's some options. So we can have the time with seconds or the date in words. So you can have the day name, and you can see in the preview panel here, it'll tell you, you can see what you're selecting. So I'm going to select the date and time in words. And I don't want to display PM, so I'm just going to delete this TT, which is the code for PM and AM. I think I'll leave the color the same, and I'm going to go to font align and line it to the left and click OK. I'll just resize this box. And there you can see that we've got real time. So what I'm going to do now is to encourage visitors to go and get further information off the website. So I'm going to insert a text block, and I'm just going to write a message here for more information on our school activities and events. Please visit our website. And now we'll just resize that box. And bring it down there, just move that down to there. And then I'm just going to select this, right mouse click, and I'm just going to duplicate it, double click into it, and then I'm just going to type in the website address. So windyridgeschool.org. This isn't a real school nor a real website address. And I'm just going to highlight that, and I'm just going to change the color to red. And I'll just change the font size. 26, and click OK. And we'll just widen this box and leave that there. And our presentation is building up nicely. In fact, we've nearly finished. So what I want to do now is to remind people about the importance of hand hygiene. So I'm going to insert a picture rather than just use text. And this time what we're going to do, we're going to select a repeat icon. We're going to select the icon wizard and change this to all categories. Now there's over 1,000 different icons here that you can use within your repeat signage. So I'm just going to do a search. I'm going to search for hand and scroll down. There's one we can use and select. This gives you options to change color, but we'll just leave it as it is and select next. And we're going to add some text. So add text, And I'm going to write a message in here, wash your hands. I'm just going to highlight that. I'm going to change the colour. And because we've got a preview box here, we can see the size, so we'll make that bigger. And that's okay, so we're happy with that, and we click finished and okay to bring it in. And what we will do is just to resize that and position it there. Just make that box a little bit smaller. In fact, what I'll do is just change the font size on here and just make this a little bit smaller. So select font size and we'll just make that into 24. And then we'll just reposition our picture. And there we are. That's the presentation, which is ideal for a school. What we're going to do now is to save it. But before we save it, I just want to show you, if we go to File and Settings, that there is a checkbox here which says Save Content Files, such as picture, text, audio and video files within the presentation file. So in other words, it just keeps it all together. So we're going to select that box. Here you could select a background colour if you wanted, or you can even use a background image instead of a colour. And this is your target screen size, and you can change this if you wish to. So we're just going to select OK. And then we'll go to File and Save As. Give our file a name. So we'll call it School Presentation. And save. And then we're going to go to File and Exit. Now, if you do find that you want to make some changes to your presentation, just select Open Existing Presentation and select it, Open. And then you can make any changes that you want to do. And then when you finish, just go to File and Exit. Now, to play your presentation, select Play Presentation and select this, click Open. And there's your presentation playing. When you want to close it, all you do is right mouse click and select Exit.